Hello and welcome to an update of the mating game. We'll start off this update with our European Nightcrawler bin and take a look and see what these guys have been up to. Check out the general condition of the bin. Nice, lively. The moisture seems good. And these guys are already getting big. They really are. They don't stay little for long, that's for sure. But we do have some babies. Yeah, but I see the ones that hatched in the very beginning are quite large now. I wonder if they'll stay that way, being that it's a very small bin. But everything feels really nice and moist in here, so happy about that. And now we fed here in the middle, and then here is a young one because he doesn't have a clitellum yet. There's some, I think I saw some more babies. Hard to tell, even though it's such a little bin. Well, in any case, there are some juveniles that still don't have their clitellum, and we have some babies. So this bin is going well. Let's give these guys a feeding. Now before I fed them in the center. Here's another baby. Well, actually it's a young one. Yeah, it's a little too large to be a baby. So now I can start feeding the corners, and I have the food all prepared ahead of time. Weighed out for everybody. Just a little bit of melon and a strawberry with some coffee grounds and eggshell on top. And we'll just close this, cover everything up. Okay, so this bin is looking good. Let's move over to the red wiggler bin. Here is our red wiggler bin. Let's see how these, oh, interesting. So there's some condensation. Even though they're in exactly the same place. I think I've had this happen once before in a different experiment, but yeah, these guys, wow. Look at all these youngsters and babies. Prolific breeders. They don't disappoint. I mean, just a ton of babies. Look at that. Babies. The moisture actually feels very good in here, more babies. Even though the lid is wet, here's some of the adults. The actual bin itself feels good. So there definitely, here's another adult. Where'd he go? There he is. Yeah, I put in 5 adults. And it's like, look at all these babies. Oh, just love that. So yeah, these guys are doing great. A lot of babies everywhere I look. And I fed in the center, and probably I'm going to find some more babies in there. Yeah, look at all. Gosh, look at all those babies. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, so far these guys are just, whew. Number 1. I'll give them their food. Oops, that's an empty one, I think. In the corner. I was worried that I would have to add some water to this because of the heaters working here, but it looks like everything is perfect here and I don't have to worry about adding any more water. So these guys are done. Let's go over to the perionics bin. Here is the perionics bin, and no liquid of any kind here, no condensation either. Let's see. These guys are very good at reproducing as well, so I wouldn't be surprised. It's a baby. But I've seen a lot of babies here, so I'm not. Here's another one. I'm not worried about that. There's plenty of babies. Look at that. That's, I think, where the food was. This is all babies. Look at that. Oof. A lot of babies. And these little white worms, these are pot worms. I typically don't have a large number of them in my bins, but just something to keep an eye out. You don't want an explosion of pot worms. Look at this little guy. Because it can indicate slightly acidic bin, so just to keep an eye on that. Actually, I'm going to feed in here. But these guys are, well, they might even have done better than the red wigglers, I think. So I have to be so careful. These guys are so tiny. Okay, so they'll get their food as well. So I think, honestly, I would say blues are in the #1 position. And the reds are in 2nd place. So, and here's another one. Oh my goodness, you could. Okay, let's go over to our final bin, which is the African Nightcrawlers. Here are our African Nightcrawlers. Everything seems dry here. Let's see, I can see baby already at the bottom there. That's a young one. Doesn't have the clitellum yet, so that's a young one. That's a young one as well. No clitellum. Because the adults are quite, that's also a young one. The adults are huge. So all these other worms that I'm seeing here, they were born here. Yep, look at that. See, that's the difference. Look how large an adult is, and you can tell. There's the clitellum right here. Sorry, baby. So gorgeous. I know there's another oh, here's another large one. Right. I don't want to stir them up too much because these guys take forever to settle down. But just getting an idea of how the bin is doing. Here are some more young ones. Yeah, quite a few babies and quite a few juveniles, I would say. And we fed in the center, so let's see. Oh yeah, quite a few worms in here as well. Look at that. Babies, newly hatched baby. Yeah, so they're doing great as well. So definitely the here are the adults. Sorry guys, I'm so sorry. So definitely the European night crawlers, I would say, are the laggers. Because these guys are doing a phenomenal job. I'm actually surprised at how well they're reproducing. Because when I did my cocoon-only bin, the African Nightcrawler cocoon-only bin, it was very disappointing. I'm not happy with the results at all. But here, they're really doing great. Okay, so far, all the worms have reproduced, but I would say that it's the blues, then the reds, followed closely by the African night crawlers, and bringing up the rear, the European night crawlers. So we are done for this week, and we'll leave them alone. Thanks for joining me.